Hey guys, so today I'm going to be going over the basics of everything you need to get started in Sakhal. I'm also going to be announcing just, at the end of the video that I'm going to be doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway with a copy of DayZ and a copy of the Frostline DLC. So stay tuned for that. But first and foremost, we're just going to kind of go over what you first need right when you spawn in. So you want to grab some sticks pretty much right away. And you start out with a knife as well on this map. So you just want to know that it starts out badly damaged, so you don't want to use it unless it's absolutely necessary. So you got to use your hands to grab a stick. If you bleed, it doesn't matter. You got a bandage. Once you got your stick, you can go to a tree. This is when using a knife is okay. You just got to get 2 pieces of bark so you can start a fire. Once you've got everything you need, just split your long stick up into 3 sticks. Use 1 short stick and 1 piece of bark to make the hand drill kit to start the fire, and then use your other piece of bark to light it. The reason this is your first step on Sakhal is because the cold will kill you. If you're in dark blue, you lose health over time. Light blue, you lose a lot more energy a lot faster. I think it's like 10x. And while you're in the light or dark blue, you have a high chance of catching pneumonia. And if pneumonia gets past stage 1, then it becomes a huge issue for you. You need either like tetracycline or vitamin tablets to heal it up, but it's better to just never let it get to that point and just keep a heat buff. If you're cold, start a fire. Now that you have your fire going, you want to keep your fire alive by just periodically putting sticks in it while also looking around town and trying to find a rope. If you can't find one, that's fine. You can craft one by ripping up some rags, but with your knife, you only have a limited amount of uses. So it's better to just hopefully find one to create a fishing rod. Once you have a fishing rod, you can use a short stick and a knife to create wooden hooks. Hopefully you found something like another knife or maybe even bones to make a bone knife. But either way, you can just create a couple wooden hooks. You actually don't even need to use worms. I recommend not using worms because you have the chance of pulling either wellies or a cooking pot out of the water. With your hook on the rod, you're ready to cast. So you just throw the line out. You hold down your mouse, and once you see a splash in the water, you can let go, and you'll pull a fish in. Easy. So I'm going to show you guys where to find water next. So you just go to your main road in town. From there, you just follow the little dirt paths that go around town. And what we're looking for is a hiking trail that leads even further out of town. Once you find the path, you just go up it, and it should eventually lead you to the little water shrine. You can use it just like a well, just go up, press F, but even better is it counts as a shelter if you step inside and drink, and it's a little bit safer. One thing to note about Sakhal is that wells only spawn on the center island, mainly around the coast where you're going to spawn. Once you get down to the peninsula or any of the outer islands, you will not have a source of water. You will need to go back or bring it with you. So that's just a major factor to keep in mind when you're leaving the main island if you're going to the peninsula or the outer islands. Additionally to note is that you can only spawn on the north or the east parts of Sakhal. You cannot spawn on the south end, and you can't spawn west. So a good way to tell where you've spawned is you look for the volcano. And if you're close to the base of the volcano, then that means that you've probably spawned on the north side. And if it seems a lot further away, if you can't even really see it, you're probably on the east side. So that's a good way to tell. Obviously, you can just look for the sun too, but it's a little bit tricky. It's a good landmark to look out for. While we're on the subject of the map, I thought I'd talk about how the map is tiered with loot. So in tier 1 is kind of like civilian starting items. So that's tier 1. In tier 2, we have mid-range gear. Then in tier 3, we have mid to high range gear. And finally, finishing off down in the peninsula, we have tier 4 endgame loot. Personally, I don't recommend spending too much time on the coast. I think it's better to go inland to find better loot. Inland towns are like kind of the new hunting stand areas. They have the chance to spawn Mosins and Winchesters and sniper scopes. So you want to loot those for kind of hunting tier loot. Additionally, Sakhal has a lot of military POIs scattered along close to the coast up in the mountains, so it doesn't take too much effort to get a fire going, get your food ready, and move inland and check out some awesome spots. One of those spots is the scientist camp, which is located at the base of the volcano, and it's also where you start out the beginning of the Sakhal quest. So inside the scientist camp, the best place to find the briefcase keys, pretty much the only place they spawn is in one of these buildings. So they're pretty common. As you can see, they'll kind of look like this. Grab them, pick them up. I usually find a couple, to be honest. But you only need one pair. That's all you need. So grab a couple, loot up a little bit if you feel like it, and then you're going to head over to the volcano. Dead scientists have a chance to spawn anywhere alongside the volcano, but they tend to be either on the north, south, or west. Once you find a scientist on the hill, you just use your scientist briefcase key and open the case. The case has a chance to have all the following items. So for instance, a filtering bottle. You can use this for snow. You can use the chelting tablets if you get metal poisoning. And then an ice axe, a new melee weapon, which has various uses. And tetracycline for sickness. A glow plug, you need this. That's the most important item. A GPS and a 9-volt battery to turn it on. But the glow plug is the most important item because you need this for the Sakhal quest line to power on the bunker down in the southern peninsula. Across Sakhal, as you move inland, you'll notice that there's a lot of these hot springs located around the map. They tend to be very open, but you can go next to them and you can get warmth from them. They're a decent spot. I think they're better more in a pinch because they also tend to be very dangerous to go up to. After making it far enough southwest, you'll reach the land crossing. When you get across, there's mid to high range tier loot with a couple of decent POIs, but that's not really why we're over here. We're over here to see the bunker. The bunker on Sakhal is located in the southwest peninsula of the map. The military base is kind of in the middle of the peninsula. And to first turn on the bunker, you need to go to the southeast corner of the facility. So there will be a hill with these bunkers around it at the base. And up top will be a power generator room. To know you're close to it, there will also be a Livonia tower just up the hill to the north. But you need to go to the power generator room with the glow plug that you got from the case earlier. Once inside the generator room, you just need your glow plug and a jerry can to fuel the generator that turns on the bunker. From the generator room, you're going to run to the center of the facility where the bunker is located. There's 2 entrances. You can go in on either side. It doesn't matter, but you do need a light source to go in. You have to wait for the first door to close before you can open the second, so we're just going to hang out. All right. So there's 2 floors to the bunker, but everything's down below. That's worth checking out. So the layout of the bunker is there's 4 main doors that need to be opened with switches back in the power room. Theoretically, you could do this yourself, but it would take a lot more time. It's easier to just go with a friend. So now you can see room 1 has been opened from the switch. Now if our buddy back in the switch room puts switch 1 down and turns switch 2 on, door 1 should now be closed. And as you can see, door 2 is now open. So you guys kind of get the point. But one other thing is that if you have both switches up, it will short circuit the generator and you'll have to turn it back on. So you can only have one switch up at a time and one door open at a time. The final thing you guys need to know is that NATO loot is not in the persistent loot cycle around the map. The only way you can get NATO gear is through dynamic containers that only spawn on the outer islands. So you cannot find NATO gear, say M4s or, you know, a FAMAS or something to that effect. You have to go to the southern islands to find that gear. Hey guys, first and foremost, if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you. And to show that appreciation, that gratitude, I'm going to be announcing that I'm giving away a PC copy of DayZ and Frostline to one subscriber in celebration of me by the time this video comes out, probably hitting 1,000 subscribers. So to enter, all you have to do is just leave a comment, and I'm going to be picking one person within the next week to win the copy of both Frostline and DayZ. So, you know, I know not everybody's subscribed, but you can be. And you can win a copy of Sakhal if you don't have it already. So, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.